Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage South. We're down here in Florida working in my brother's Meldrum's Monster Garage, and we're going to work on his 1960 Buick Invicta today. And we have an issue with the wiper motor where we're going to go over taking the wipers off and the cowl off so we can get the wiper motor off so we can send that out and have it restored. So here we go. First thing we're going to need to do is take these wipers off. So got a handy dandy wiper tool we're going to use, and then they've got a nut. This is already loose here, and everything should pop off there. And then we'll open the hood up and take the cowl off. All right, we've got Brother Charles working on this now. And what we did was we loosened up the nut, and of course, it's kind of just like this nut, where you have to work it around, and I tapped it around with a screwdriver. And all right, so we're gonna put our handy dandy windshield wiper removal tool in there, and you're gonna get that notch pushed in there, and then you're gonna lift up just like he is, and it's gonna wiggle right off of there. We hope.
What's holding it? This is what's holding it.
Yep. The washer's holding it on there, but I don't see how. Took a little finagling, but we've got the wiper arm off. And it's tricky because you got to get this nut loose first. Okay, and that allows you to give a little play in this, and then it pops off. So you got the nut there, and then we got the washer, which is still being stubborn. I'll have to grab a tool and see why that's being so stubborn. All right, the next thing to pop off is this little screw here, and of course I didn't have the right wrench, so I just tapped it real lightly with the screwdriver, and it came loose. And then we'll work this piece off too. So it kind of tilts. It kind of tilts back towards you from the front, and there it pops off. And what's cool about this is we're looking at this. This is where actually the wiper hose connects up to, and it makes a little U-turn. And I was wondering what this little piece is, but that's the actual nozzle for the to spray the fluid onto your windshield. So pretty cool there. All right, now we've got all the excussions off of this vent, and we'll be able to open up the hood and take this all apart and take the vent off. All right, now we've got the hood up, and you can see there's just a regular Phillips screw here. There may be one in the center, and then a couple on the other end. We'll take those off. All right, now we're taking the screws off, and then the vent cowl should pop up rather nicely. It's going to be under the trim, but the trim should stay in place. Now what we've done is you kind of wiggle the whole piece out, and there's clips holding it in. But once you get the screws off, you just kind of wiggle it back and forth and pull it that way. So we're in good shape now. Now what we're going to go after is the actual wiper motor itself. And you can see it. We're going to take this clip off first, and then work our way down. All right, so this clip's pretty easy to come off. You just pull it off with your fingernail. You just pop that up and slide it backwards. Okay, I'm gonna set that right there for now. And then the passenger side is on the top. We're gonna pop that off, set it to the side. And so I don't lose my clip, I'm gonna pop driver's side off, set it to the side. And so I don't lose my clip, I'm just gonna set it back down on there, okay? All right, so now we can investigate it a little bit more here. I see a couple Phillips screws that we're gonna take out, and then the motor should drop down in there. We may have to take this, it should wiggle out of there, but we may have to take this off, this nut off first. I think we'll go ahead and take that off just so it'll slide down without us having to wiggle anything. But I'm hoping we're gonna squirt some penetrating oil in there, let it set for a little bit, just so we don't have trouble with that. I wish they would have put bolts on there. All right, so this was a nut. I thought it was a bolt, but we went ahead and loosen that up and make sure that this points towards the driver's side. I'm just gonna pry it up because you could reverse this and put it on the opposite way. But we're gonna put it on so it goes towards the driver's side. I'm just showing you me taking this on and off so we have reference when we put things back together. But you're gonna put that back on and then you're gonna put the nut back on. So just take note which way that is. All right, yeah, you pop a light in there, very good. So now you can see we got a screw here, a screw here. I've got them loose, a screw here, and then the one under here was, that was already out of here. So I don't know what happened there. But we'll take the rest of them out and the motor, we should be able to wiggle the motor out from underneath here. Okay, so there's what we're working on. We've already got it electrically disconnected, so it should drop down pretty nice. All right, I've got it loosened up and we should be able to basically wiggle this out of there. I'm gonna hand the camera to Brother Meldrum here so I can get two hands on it and wiggle it out a little bit. Something's holding it on. Maybe that last screw.
Probably.
Didn't get this all the way.
There it is. Whoa, dropped.
Pop down. So now we should be able to pull this out of here unless there's some hoses and wires in our way. There we go. Try not to lean on the fender too much. And of course, everything wants to be in the way. Hoses, everything. I'm gonna pop these hoses off. What's it hanging up on? So one more, I feel like one more wire is hanging up on us. Or a hose.
Wire on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Here we go. One more thing. I don't know what it is. One more hose. Where is that hose? Oh, it's the ground wire. All right, we gotta work on that ground wire. I can't see it really where I'm at, so we'll work on that. I'm gonna come around. I should be able to show you where it's at. But there's a ground strap that's being held on back there, and we'll go ahead and get that out of there. All right, so now we successfully got the wiper motor out of there, and we're gonna send it to Steve Hackle for a complete restoration. And Steve will he'll make sure the motor's working right and the wiper pump is working right, and then he will send it back to us all nicely restored. So that's for another episode of Meldrum's Monster Garage. For now, all right, just as a reminder to my brother, when it's going to be a lot harder to put this motor back in there. You're going to have to hold it up in there and start a screw. You may need 4 hands. So, but don't forget to put the ground strap on the firewall. I left the bolt in the firewall, but start with that. Everything loose, put the strap on, and then work your motor back up into the correct position.